Good evening, and once again welcome to my YouTube channel, Maths with Ease by Mr. Kamotho. And in this video I want us now to apply what we have learned, more so about the sine rule. And this is a question that is involving both sine rule and also construction, because it is having something to do with bearings, degrees, and so on and so forth. And I think you can solve this question in two ways. First of all, let us understand the question. A yacht crosses the start line of a race at sea on a bearing of 26 degrees. On a bearing of 26 degrees. We would want now to come up not so much with accurate construction, but I would want to believe that the intention of this question is not to have an accurate construction, but to apply the sine rule and all what we have learned in trigonometry. So we are told that a yacht crosses the start line of a race at sea on a bearing of 26 degrees. So from here, we have to have 26 degrees. We don't have to just measure it, but we know this is going to be 26 degrees from the true north. And after it has traveled for 2.6 kilometers, 2.6 kilometers, because the question is saying after 2.6 kilometers, it goes around a buoy, a floating navigation device, that is what is being referred as a buoy, marked B, and sails on a bearing of 335 degrees. At this particular point, this is now what we are calling point B. It now sails on a bearing of 335 degrees. From here, from the true north now, all the way 180 degrees, 270, 335. It sails through that direction. This is 335 degrees. When it is due north of the starting point at A, how far has it sailed in total? When it is due north of the starting point, meaning that if it is started from this particular point, then it is now here at this particular point, directly north of the starting point. And how far has it sailed? That is the question. First of all, we have to understand the details that we have. And before we can even go far, we will have to understand a few things. That this true north is parallel to this true north, and this being a transversal, this angle is 26 degrees. That angle is 26 degrees. And this angle being 335 until there, 335, we need to know how many degrees are we remaining to get to 360. So we have 360 minus 335 is 25 degrees. So the angle which you see here, this small angle, is 25 degrees. 25 degrees. So because the whole circuit should have been 335. So we are going to come up with a triangle, and because this one is 180, this one is a straight line. 26 plus 25 is 51. So 180 minus 51, we can already see what is inside here is 129 degrees. So let us now come up with a diagram, that has all those details, so that we can exactly see what's happening. We have a triangle that is having this angle. This angle is that, and that is the line. And let us have all the details now put up in this triangle, we have such kind of a triangle. This is our point C. So this is C, this is B, and this is point A. We know very well this is 26 degrees. This is 129 degrees, the whole of that. And it goes without saying now, the angle we can call angle A is 180, because angle sum of a triangle is 180 minus 129 minus 26. We have that angle as 25 degrees, that one. Incidentally, this is 2.6 kilometers. We are asked what is the total, how far has it sailed in total? Remember, it left this point, sailed to point B, covering 2.6 kilometers, and then from point B, it sailed direct to A, covering some distance we don't know, call it X. And now our duty is simply to find the value of X so that we can add X to 2.6 and we can eventually see what is the total distance traveled. And as we know, X over the sine of 26 degrees is equals to 2.6 over the sine of 25 degrees. We need now to make X the subject for the formula. X is equals to 2.6 multiplied by the sine of 26 degrees, everything over the sine of 25 degrees. And let us see what is that. 2.6 times the sine of 26 degrees, everything over the sine of 25 degrees. And we can see that X is by itself 2.7 kilometers. If X is 2.7 kilometers, then the total distance traveled, we can say the total distance covered is 2.6 plus 2.7, which is easily 2.7 plus 2.6, and we are going to have 5.3 kilometers, which is 5.3 kilometers to 1 decimal place. And that is just like it. Otherwise, you could have constructed this diagram using bearings and scale drawing, and of course using a scale it was possible to answer that question that way, but for now we were expected to use the sine rule and trigonometric ratios and all that to get the value of to get the distance sailed in total. Thank you, and let us meet in the next video.